Senator Murray.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Thank you all for being here today. Before I get to the question, I do want to share an observation, and that is that I've been sitting here a couple of hours and I'm looking at the list of those who are testifying. There are about 25 groups, individuals, and organizations that are here testifying today. Roughly half of those represent or deal with criminals, those who've committed crimes, incarcerated individuals. Not a single crime victim is on this list. Not a single crime victims advocacy group is on this list. I'm on the Crime Victims, Crime and Corrections Committee, but yet we have no victims here to hear from. I think that's a disgrace. I think crime victims are by far the most dismissed and ignored people in New York State. With that said, I'll get to my question. Deputy Commissioner Popcun. Each year I've been here, I've asked the same question, and I'm hoping the answer is different this time. But when it comes to crime stats, it's extremely important that they're accurate. I gave a scenario the last couple of years. You have a person who's arrested for vandalizing, breaking into cars, and stealing things out of cars. They're picked up, arrested, but not bail eligible. They're released. The next day, same thing, arrested for the same thing. Again, the cycle continues. Not held for bail, they're released. This goes on 16 times. According to what you've told me the last couple of years, in your statistics, that would count as one crime. Is that still accurate?
Senator, good to see you.
Good to see you.
So on the crime statistics, which are governed by the National Crime Reporting Program, each of those offenses would be a crime reported by law enforcement to DCJS. So those would be separate crimes. Where you pivot there in the bail pretrial release is that in our pretrial release file, as well as the one maintained by OCA that are both publicly available, when somebody has a pending case within 180 days, if there's another arrest activity, it's counted as a rearrest. Wouldn't necessarily matter if they were rearrested again. It's just that rearrest indicator in that file. But in terms of crimes being underreported, all crimes that are reported to law enforcement then are reported to DCJS and to the federal government under the crime reporting program.
But
So
my
there's no
concern
missing
is,
crimes.
under this scenario, as you pointed out, if they had not yet been adjudicated, not yet gone in for a hearing or before a judge, and it's a rearrest, when we're looking at the recidivism rates, how is that calculated? How is that counted?
So the recidivism rate would be, recidivism is broken down, right? There's rearrest, there could be a reconviction, there could be a reincarceration. That data we do break out on our website as well by county. We have dashboards that show exactly if somebody has been rearrested or reconvicted so it is something that we're looking at, but the recidivism count is just one, right? You have one initial involvement with the system and then you have a subsequent one.
And that's my concern. When we see those stats and receive recidivism rates and we hear them, are they really accurate? Because in this scenario, there were 16 crime victims. Thank you.